Hey, what's up? It's Scott Engler, author, career coach, consultant, and public speaker. And so today is day 4 of 30 questions that I'm answering of job seekers. And today's question comes from Andrew in Oregon. And Andrew had a really good question. He said, Scott, could you please explain a good process to go through when I'm confused on deciding between two different career paths? So I thought this was a really good question. So thank you, Andrew, for asking it. And that could be something that a lot of people I talk to are having trouble with. They're trying to transition in their career and they're not sure, where to go. So my first thing that I would help navigate someone with this is making it so they're viewing it not so black and white. Because often when we're like, I have to make this decision or it's all going to fall apart, obviously that's going to make things a lot more scary for us. And usually what happens is then that prevents people from taking action sooner. So they may stay stuck in that job, or they may feel uncertain, or they may even pick one, but they still feel kind of like, well, I don't know if this was the right decision. So my answer to that is, what if either decision was the right decision? And what I mean by that is, for example, let's say you were, you really enjoyed and wanted to pursue a career in either event planning or marketing. So you're having a tough time, like, well, what do I pursue? My degree wasn't in either of them, so it doesn't really matter. And you're kind of going through all these things in your head, and meanwhile you're not deciding. What if I told you that either option is a good option? And so let's say, for instance, that you decide you want to go for event planning first. Now, if you were working for an event planning company, or if you were going out as a freelancer to do event planning, you would more than likely be working very closely with, if not doing marketing yourself. So the beautiful thing about that is that you're actually going to be getting some marketing experience there. And then as you're doing that, you may get a much better feel which one of those you like better. And guess what? The beautiful part about that is, let's say you do it for a year, 2 years of event planning, and if you spent a good component of that event planning job marketing, you could also be able to articulate that on a cover letter or resume that you do have marketing experience, as long as you could explain what it was you were doing for marketing purposes. Like, for example, right now I have online courses that I've been spending the last 6 months learning about and doing online marketing. So I do have marketing experience there, and I can explain what I've done to do it, and this, that, and the other. So my point is if you start to look at things in that perspective, then it's really going to alleviate any of that fear of making the wrong decision, because they could really integrate more than you think. And if you decided you like marketing better, then hey, guess what? You have that on your resume to put, and then you could transition into a marketing position. So, and the same would apply other ways. Is like, if you took a marketing position, you could also look at ways that you were planning events during that time, or maybe there's events that you're marketing for, so you could really look more closely on what the event planning component is, and get an idea of what that person does in their day-to-day. Another thing you could always think of that people don't consider is volunteering. So if you really wanted to plan some event in your community, you can. It doesn't have to be something you're paid for. You could, plan some fundraiser or organization or something that meets in your community and helps people, and you could, raise some awareness or whatever you're doing. So it doesn't have to look always the same way we think it does. So that's what I got today. If you have any questions that you would like me to answer, please send me a message on LinkedIn. It's Scott Engler, Engler, from Eugene, Oregon. Or you could email me at buildingyourownbrand@gmail.com. Take care, guys.